Gregory Keene resumes with another chapter of the story.
Of all the thugs and gangsters Huberman and Carlotta recruited to operate their NightShade ring, not one remains. Those who aren't dead are in the cells. When the action started that night in the house in Bolton Street, they went down like ninepins, till finally there were only Huberman and Mike Gusick left. Gusick went to the highway and met Tom Cutts. When he made his way back to this house at Cape Camaret, it was only to die. Then Carlotta took her only remaining way out. She poisoned her lover. So now, at the end, only Carlotta is left. Down here in the cellar with Kessling and me bound on the floor and Huberman dead at her feet, I don't think this woman's completely rational, and I'm hoping she's not. I'm playing for time, because a minute ago I heard a faint sound from outside. There's someone about, don't ask me who. But for as long as I can, I have to keep Carlotta guessing.
This looks like the beginning of the run downhill, Elliot. Downhill all the way to the beach. Cut your motor from here and run down in neutral.
All right.
Now, you, Sherry, don't you forget what I said. You stay in the car.
Will you let me know at once what you find in the house?
I'll let you know.
No matter what?
No matter what. I advise you to brace yourself. If they laid their hands on Gregory Keene, I can't see why they let him survive for 5 minutes.
Inspector Murray.
Just a minute. You're cutting it fine on this side, Elliot. You're almost scraping the bank.
I'm watching it.
We haven't got long to go now, Sherry. Another half mile, and we should hear the dog barking, if it's still there.
The house seems to be in darkness. I don't see any lights down there yet.
Road twists and turns. House itself's probably well hidden. The important thing is for them not to see or hear us. I'm worried about that infernal dog.
So you removed Felix Huberman when he became a liability to you, with atropine in his brandy. Now, Carlotta, you think all you have to do is wait and tell your story.
After you and Bruno.
How do you imagine you're going to get away with it? Do you actually think you can shoot Kesselring and me and tell a story the police will believe?
What do I care whether they believe it or not?
They won't. And if it takes them 20 years, they'll run you down.
They can believe what they like. There'll be no one alive to prove that what I say is not so. And soon I will be 10,000 miles away.
Not with your million.
I have nearly 500,000 in foreign banks all over the world. How would they touch that, huh? You, Major Gregory Keene, you did well. I admire you. One by one, you pulled us down. You stalked us and hunted us and deceived us into thinking we were secure. But you could not touch me. You could not match my subtlety or my wits. I will triumph over you all. All your police and all your judges, I snap my fingers at them. What was that?
That was Huberman's dog.
I'm going to see. When I come back in a moment, Major Keene, this pistol will be loaded. If you have any farewells to take of life, take them.
Kesselring.
In a few moments she will return.
Pull yourself together.
Month after month she kept me prisoner. It amused her, she said.
We have to get just a little more time. Now get a grip on yourself, man. We have to keep it talking just a little longer.
For what? We need hours. There will be no police here for hours. You said so yourself.
You fool, there's someone around this house right now.
Ah, desperation is making you hear things, my friend. Why not resign ourselves to it? We are in the hands of a mad woman. We have only a few moments more to live.
I tell you, there's someone about. Argue with her, taunt with her, plead with her, anything. We have to string these last few minutes out.
Who could there be, Keene?
I don't know, but I heard someone moving about the courtyard.
How could anyone get near this house without arousing the dog?
Don't argue with me now. Just do as I say. Oh, here she is. Now, for heaven's sake, give me a hand. She's unbalanced. She can't be kept talking.
If I needed it, Keene, you have given me one more reason for putting an end to you.
The dog?
He is dying. You did better than we thought.
Well, I could have told you that.
With you, my clever one, I shall wait no longer. After you, there are some things I have to say to Bruno. But you first.
You know, Kesselring, this woman's stark staring Betty. Now look at her. In 12 hours' time, the house will be swarming with cops. So what does she do? Fills it with corpses.
You think I'm crazy, Major Gregory Keene?
They should have certified you years ago.
Then listen while I tell you how crazy I am. It is the last thing you will ever be told. Look at Felix Huberman, dead of poison. Now look at his pistol. Do you know what I am going to do, Major Keene? When I have shot you both, I am going to put this pistol in Huberman's hand after wiping the markings of my own fingers from it. And when the police arrive, I shall be out of my mind.
Only when they arrive?
I shall be hysterical. I shall be deranged from the horror of the experience I have undergone. Huberman forced me to come to this house. I could not resist him or my goosey. Then when Huberman realized he was trapped, there was no escape. He took poison. Then came down to the cellar and shot you and Bruno Kesselring. The glass he drank from has no marks on it but his. I saw to that. I shall know nothing about the NightShade ring. I shall know nothing but the sudden revelations Felix made me. Felix Huberman, a man I love so madly. There you are, Major King. What will your police say to that?
They'll probably shake their heads more in sorrow than in anger and lead you gently away.
You can make jokes when there is nothing the police or anyone else can do to save you.
Carlotta, for the last time, it can't be done.
You're wasting your breath. You'll have need of it. Have you anything more to say before I shoot you, King?
No.
I should hate you, but I do not. I should kill you with passion, but I have only regrets.
How comforting.
You are the one man I could fear. One man I could not hold in contempt. So it is a pity, King.
Carlotta, before you raise that gun.
Well?
You still have time.
For what? For you to plead?
For you to tell me one thing I still don't know.
What is that?
You and Huberman between you saddled me with the identity of Sammy Rice, but you didn't tell me there had been such a man.
Well?
What really happened to him?
You would like to know? Why not? Sammy Rice was not like the other men from Europe who made up the NightShade ring. Sammy had an air and desperation of his own. In another day and age, he might have sailed the Spanish Main for adventure. It was not enough for him to carry out orders in the dead of night.
With every word she utters, Carlotta Magnani is stretching tighter the thread our lives are hanging on. If this is where the life and times of a chap called Keene come to an end, I shall take a picture of her with me as she stands now. Kesselring said she came from the slums of Scutari and then Istanbul. And it's true, and she's come a long way. 38 years have left her beauty unmarked. Neither time nor viciousness have put their imprint on her tall, dark figure. There she stands in her coat of exquisite furs, immaculate, flawless. But telling us about Sammy Rice because it amuses her. She thinks she has time, but she's wrong. She doesn't know it, neither does Kesselring, but I do. That's why I asked her about Sammy Rice, because I know she has no time.
Hold it here, Elliot. Listen. All right. All out. Quietly. There's the house. No lights. All quiet. Listen. Not a sound. Sherry?
Mm-hmm.
You'll be here alone. If you see anything moving while we're making for the house on foot, let out a yell.
Uh-huh.
We don't know where they are. They could be hanging about to make a desperate try for one of the cars. That's why I'm taking the keys.
There's no sound from the dog.
That's what I mean. All set, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Right. Take it slowly and quietly up to the house. If we can cover the last 60 yards without being spotted, so much the better. Paul, take the left. Elliot, stick with me. The rest of you, spread out. We want to cover them from at least 3 sides. When we get down there, I'll take the front door myself.
Then the next of the standing is for months. A few days of watching him. Then we decided to test him. We let him collect something over 5,000 pounds one day and night without making his payment to us. And Sammy made his mistake, as we thought he might. My goosey brought him to my house, and after a while we put him down in one of those cellar rooms. Carlo looked after him for us.
You mean Rice was torn to bits by the dog of Huberman?
Oh, you should know the value of discipline. We had to keep our men under control. So we used Rice to teach them all a lesson. Now, Major Keene, I have wasted enough time indulging your curiosity. Do you wish to say goodbye to Bruno Kessering?
Cheerio, Kessling. I'm sorry I must have...
Carlotta, before it is too late.
Goodbye, Keene. And as you would say yourself, good hunting. I shall think of you often when I am in South America. I shall wish you were enjoying life with me. I shall not miss. 4 bullets in the head will square our account forever. Major Gregory Keene, you are paid in full.
What do Inspector Murray and his men find in the house at Cape Camere? Listen for the next chapter in this story of intrigue, Deadly Nightshade.